Hello Stampin' friends. It's Julia Mazur with Simply She Stamps, and it's Wednesday and it's time for Lunch and Learn. A little behind schedule today, so sorry for that if you're joining me live. Do let me know if you're joining me live, and if you have any questions, please put it in the comments, and if I can't answer it while we're live here, I will answer it once we're off camera. All right, and if you're watching at another time, let me know that too. So today I have a couple cards for you using the Framed and Festive stamp set. I mentioned yesterday on my page that this is my new favorite Christmas stamp set, and it is available until January 4th or while supplies last, and it's part of the Fitting Florets Collection that became available just yesterday. And it's absolutely beautiful. There are 6 different items. The Framed and Festive stamp set, and then the oh my gosh, what's this called? Fitting Florets Designer Series paper, which is 12 by 12, but I cut it down here to for ease in showing on the camera. So that Christmas stamp set, the Designer Series paper, let's do a little flip like that, and these gold adhesive swirls. They are self-adhesive back. These 3 items are only available while supplies last. And then the other 3 items, the Framed Florets stamp set and the Framed Florets dies, which includes these dies. And I guess I shouldn't say 3 things. There's the dies, the stamp set, and then the bundle. And then you get these ovals, and they're oval frames mostly. There's this nice ornate frame. I'll show you what they look like cut out. So I'm actually not using the Framed Florets today, but I do love the fonts in here as well. They are the same fonts as in our Framed and Festive that we're using today. You can find this information on my website, jmazur.stampinup.net, and also on my blog. Okay, so let's get going real quick here with my cards. I'm going to show you real quick before I even do that, the oval frames, how they stamp out. So these hearts, they don't stamp out die cut a frame. They kind of do a frame within the cardstock. And then these 2 actually cut out frames and ovals. So you have 2 frames and then a large and small oval. This oval's from that oval is from that. And let me just get these out of the way. And then the hearts cut out just a frame that is on the paper, but you can use these ovals to kind of frame that oval that you use with your greeting or whatever you stamp in the middle of that. Okay, so lots of fun that we're going to have with these. I do have to say that these frames do not fit in the mini cut and emboss, so you would need the full-size cut and emboss to cut those out. So I wanted to use the Designer Series paper that is part of this collection for some Christmas cards, and I really do like kind of non-traditional colors for holiday cards to send to those who may not celebrate Christmas or just for the fun of it. I'm not running my adhesive accurately here. Gotta pull back on that to cut it off. It's wanting to be the never-ending stamp and seal. Okay, so I have cut this Designer Series paper to 4 inches. I really like doing that with my 12-inch paper, 4-inch strips, so then I can make the most of it. And that covers my Bashful Blue cardstock here. I cut out a frame in the polished pink, and some of the little dots are still in there, and you can poke that out with your tool, your U-pick tool. We also have a brush tip that quickly pokes out all of those. Most of these came out on their own, but you could also use a toothpick if you don't have a U-pick tool. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this down with my, as we call the green glue, Tombow glue. Let's try not to get too much glue. I do prefer using my Stampin' Seal, but sometimes you just need to use the green glue. All right, and I probably could have run this through with our adhesive sheets, but I'm just using a little bit of the Tombow glue. I'm trying to get it where I want on the first try. I can move it around a little bit. Okay, so our frame is glued right onto our card front. Oops, let me add some more glue. I moved it before it was dry. Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you're on live TV. Doesn't go as you plan. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to try to put it over the part that I did. This glue dries clear, so that's good. And if it ever is sticky, you can take your embossing buddy and kind of pound around it so that it's not sticky if you make a mistake, like I just did. Okay, so I took one of the ovals and I stamped the "May this season be filled with peace and joy." I did that using Night of Navy ink, and these D blocks actually fit all of these sayings. So a D block is a great block to have. And then I used the die to cut out one of the pink flowers, which are so pretty for spring, but they're also great for this time of year as well. So I cut one of those out, all ready to go. I'm actually going to pop up my oval here with some dimensionals. That's what's kind of nice, that these frames and ovals cut out separately. And that should fit nice and snug. Okay, I kind of am a weird angle here. Now here's my little tip for our flowers. This part is going to be flush with our oval that's popped up. So I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal, and then I'll put a dimensional down here, that part that will be hanging off the popped up oval, so it will be level. Okay, and I was playing around. I couldn't decide exactly how I wanted to put this, but I think I'm going to go like that. Oh, I forgot something. I did pull out my Sweet Sorbet of all colors. This Sweet Sorbet ribbon, it's the metallic woven ribbon, and it actually looks very pink. So I thought that was going to be pretty to use over here. And I'm actually just going to grab my tear and tape. Grab a little piece of that. You can use Scotch tape as well. And I thought it'd be pretty just to have some sparkle. I'm just gonna run it back and forth here. We'll see how it goes. This was a last minute addition. Okay, so we'll see how that works. That's gonna cover that up. So maybe we'll just go like this at the bottom. There we go. Grab another little piece of tear and tape. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you envisioned in your mind, and you just gotta, as we say during the pandemic, pivot and do it a different way. Okay. So I am really happy with how this Sweet Sorbet ribbon, since it's so pink, coordinates with the polished pink cardstock. Now I am going to add, I'm not going to add the gold swirls on this one. I am adding the red and green adhesive back pearls, and you can find these in the mini catalog, and I thought these were kind of blue looking. I could just color pearls with a Stampin' blend, but I am just trying to do something quick here, so I didn't want to color those. Just, I thought these matched as good as it gets. So that is our first card there. May the season be filled with peace and joy, using the Framed and Festive. And I do have another quick card to show you. I am using a soft succulent card base that I cut and scored and folded there. And I am going to use Evening Evergreen. I'm going to stamp my label first so it can dry a little bit. I'm opening up my Evening Evergreen. We're using Fa La La. And I am using, oh my gosh, what is this punch called? I can never remember. This is one of the newer punches in the annual catalog. And it's not symmetrical, so you can kind of play around with which way you want to stamp your image. This kind of looks more like a label. I wanted it, which way did I do this? Kind of a pointy end at the top there. Okay. And I'm kind of stamping towards the top like I did with my oval for my other card. And then I'm taking, I had a strip, it must have fallen. There it is on the floor, hold on. You know, if you're anything like me, I have a lot of 1/2-inch strips of Whisper White, or Basic White, sorry. So I love using them for sentiments. That didn't work so well, so we're gonna use the one that I stamped already. Well, that one's crooked too. Good thing I have a lot of these. Or I can just flip it over, but I'll just cut 3 inches. That was a good amount. Again, it's this angle that I'm on. And I love my grid paper, so I can line up my paper. And, you know, they do say it's easy to line up your block with the edge of your cardstock. All right, there we go. Let's close up this ink pad. Just set that aside to dry for a little bit. And I have more of the Fitting Florets Designer Series paper. This is a great holiday looking paper. And I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal on the back. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to, I think I'm going to kind of make them crooked on purpose. Or we'll see. I think we'll just go. They lined up pretty well. Okay, so this is a great way to use Designer Series paper. And I'm just going to, I think I want to take my paper snips and add a little banner edge there. Cut that a little bit better so it's, so I'm just snipping up the middle and then from corner to that snip. Because I just like the look of banners. I am on camera, you can see that, right? Yep. And then I'm going to use a glue dot. Not on the side with the greeting. I'm going to use it on the back. I'm going to put that on our label there. I just love this fa la la. There we go. And I'm going to use the soft succulent ribbon. And since it's a holiday card and I'm going to hand deliver this, I'm going to use quite a lot of ribbon here. And you know, with wide ribbon, I don't usually tie bows, but I am this time. Because like I said, it is a nice holiday card. That's part of the gift, is getting some extra ribbon. And I am just going to tie a bow right there. It's going to be a nice big bow. Okay, my tip, hopefully it'll work for me. I like to make the pieces of ribbon perpendicular to each other and then bring up from the bottom the loop, and then with this tail bring it back and around the front and then bring the loop through. And I usually have good luck tying ribbons that way. And I'm just gonna trim my ribbon. See, beautiful shiny bow. Grab some dimensionals that I'm gonna put just on the bottom and the top so my ribbon can kind of fit right through there. Fa la la from all of us. Okay, and we can leave it just like that. You know, and I just have a hard time. I love putting a little bit of embellishment. So I'm actually going to use these same green and red pearls, and I'm just going to add a few of them. Let's see, put one there and one there, just to add a little sparkle. You got a lot of sparkle with that ribbon. Okay, so here are my two cards, my first two cards that I've made with the Framed and Festive. I haven't had a lot of time to play with the Fitting Florets. these are my first 2 cards. I'm very happy with them. And then I did make another card. Actually, this was my first card. I was playing with the Designer Series paper. This is one of the Hostess rewards in the mini catalog, and I had some extras laying around, so I just thought this might be a fun way to use that stamp set as well. So if you're interested in this collection, you can find it at jmazur.stampinup.net. And remember, the paper, the stamp set, and the gold adhesive swirls these are only available for a limited time. The framed florets and these dies, they are available now, and they will be also featured in the mini catalog coming out in January. Thanks for joining me today. Let me know what you think about these cards, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.